Hello and welcome to Bakies The Sims 4 custom content. In this series I show you everything I made for The Sims 4. In this video I will be showing you my Reef Deco pack, which contains 12 objects that can be used for decorating your oceans and aquariums. Before showing all recolors of each object and giving you tips and tricks on how to use them, let me show you how to easily find all of them in game. To easily find all objects at once, type Reef Deco into the search bar. As you can see, only 10 out of 12 results will pop up. If you click the green color tag above them though, all 12 objects will appear in the catalog. As for the categories they can normally be found in, go to the outdoor rock section for the coral outcrop. This object has the same kind of recolors the other rocks from my former Raisable Coral Reef Pack have, which is a healthy version and a dead version. For the other objects, go to the pool's decoration section. The green, orange and purple starfish in there all have their own thumbnail and no additional recolors. This also counts for the lichen coral, as the coral itself is an effect added to an invisible object. Therefore it will only appear after being placed in build mode. The remaining objects all have 8 recolors, for which you see the recolors of the spiny coral right now. And these are the recolors for the plate coral, fan coral, treasure chest, tube sponge, tube coral, and finally the brain coral. For all objects in this pack counts that they were made to be used underwater surface. Therefore, Sims will walk straight through all these objects when placed on terrain. This is because when Sims are able to do this, they will also be able to swim over them when placed underwater. If you do want to use them on terrain, be sure to block your Sims' route if they want to walk from one side to the other. This can be done by placing other non-walkthrough objects around it. In the case of this coral outcrop, treasure chest and the rock from my former pack, I used rocks and plants to do this. Besides mixing these objects with each other, you can also perfectly mix them with the items from my former Raisable Coral Reef Pack. Before you do that, activate the Move Objects on cheat so you can raise the objects if necessary, and remember you can shrink or enlarge them by using the open and closed bracket keys. Also be sure to check all recolors, so they match better with the rest of the objects. Now let's take a look at how to place these objects in the most realistic way. The brain corals can be placed inside the holes in the middle of the coral reef rocks or on top of the other rocks. When using the coral reef walls, these same holes can be used. Just be sure to shrink them down a bit so they won't pop out on the other side of the wall. When placing the plate corals, you will notice I sunk them down in the ground a bit. I did this so it's easier to make them layered, like the one you see right here. If you want to get this same look in your builds, combine different sizes with each other. Using different recolors can also look quite nice. Fan corals look the best when hanging above the floor, like on these coral reef walls. This also counts for if you place them in the ocean. The coral outcrop is also a great object for the fan corals to be attached to. The tube corals can be placed almost everywhere. Placing them in the holes of the coral reef rock looks great. Placing them in and on top of the coral reef walls looks great, but also placing multiple of them in different sizes doesn't look strange at all. The tube sponges look at its best when simply placed on the floor. This can also be on the floor inside of one of those rock holes. Spiny corals look good on the floor as well as on rocks. Placing multiple in different sizes also looks quite nice. For the starfish counts the same, although I would use a maximum of 3 starfish near each other and definitely use different sizes. For the lichen coral, I recommend always using multiple objects on the same place so it looks a bit more dense. You don't need to rotate each, as it will do that all by itself after placement. As for the treasure chest, only using one on a lot should be enough probably. Although an ocean scene like this one already looks great at daytime, switching to nighttime gives it a mysterious look, as I made some of the objects to start to glow at night. The following objects will have this extra feature: the brain coral, the plate coral, the spiny coral, the tube sponge and all starfish. For really finishing off the aquariums and oceans, you definitely need my animated sea turtles, jellyfish and of course the sharks. Just be aware that these objects will go straight through objects, so as for the sharks, let them circle above the reef in groups or around objects when using a single shark. Jellyfish can best be placed in more open spaces. More animals for your oceans and aquariums will be made in the near future too, so if you don't want to miss those, be sure to subscribe to my channel. For now, thanks for watching and be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. For a download link, take a look in the video description. Let me know what you think about these objects in the comment section and then hope to see you back soon here on BakieGaming.